Hello and good evening to everyone. So here we are with another paper discussion of session 1 January attempt, and today we are going to discuss the shift 2, that 224 Jan shift 2 paper. And first of all we are going to discuss the physics paper, right? The physics paper was quite easy. Let us try to solve few questions, right? Okay, so very first question that we have, and this question is from the topic rotational motion, and specifically this particular question is from rolling motion, right? So the question says that there are two sphere, one of them is solid sphere, another is hollow sphere, right? So solid sphere, we all know that having moment of inertia as what? Solid sphere moment of inertia, if a solid sphere is rotating about the axis passing through the center, that will be what? That will be 2 by 5 mr square. Now we have, apart from solid sphere, we have hollow sphere, and hollow sphere we all know that moment of inertia is how much? So for hollow sphere moment of inertia is basically 2 by 3 mr square. So it is 2 by 3 mr square, right? So what they have mentioned, this solid sphere and hollow sphere, they are rolling down, right? They are rolling down. We all know that this particular situation where solid sphere or hollow sphere will roll down starting from the rest, right? So starting from rest, it will roll down. So when it will come here, it will have both velocities. That too, it will be having linear velocity at the same time it will be having rotational velocity, right? So for that reason, you know, it will have certain acceleration. And what will be the acceleration of this the body which is resting here, and it will come down? The acceleration is simple. We all know that formula of that, g sine theta 1 plus k square by r square. So we have solid sphere as well as we have hollow sphere. So if we take k by r ratio of both this sphere, so k square by r square ratio, so this is 2 by 5 for solid sphere, and for hollow sphere k square by r square ratio will be what? It will be 2 by 3. So obviously we are having k square by r square of solid sphere and k square by r square of hollow sphere. We all know that 2 by 3 is 0.66 and it is 2 by 5 which is 0.4. So k square by r square of hollow sphere will be more than k square by r square of solid sphere. Now try to understand one more point, that k square by r square value is more for what? It is more for hollow sphere. So this particular value is more for hollow sphere, so it will have less acceleration. So obviously acceleration of hollow sphere will be less than acceleration of solid sphere. So we all know that, you know, this particular if we compare hollow sphere and solid sphere, so solid sphere is having more acceleration. So if it is having more acceleration, it will come faster, and if it is going to come faster, then obviously it will take less time, right? Correct? So obviously for solid sphere it is 1 and for a hollow sphere it is 2. So solid sphere is having more acceleration, right? Solid sphere is having more acceleration. That means it will take less time. So it is taking less time, right? So T2 is greater than T1. So T2 is greater than T1 is which option? B option, right? Okay. So let us discuss next particular question. Okay. Next question, it is like that, you know, they are asking ratio of something. What is that ratio? That ratio is basically what? That ratio is solid sphere is rolling without slipping. So if it is rolling without slipping, that definitely V is equal to R omega will be there. Now what is the ratio of translational kinetic energy? So kinetic energy translation to the kinetic energy rotation. So translation, it is how much? Half mv square, and kinetic energy will be half I omega square. This half will cancel out. mv square divided by I omega square. Now let us see one more point, that it is solid sphere. For solid sphere, what is moment of inertia? It is 2 by 5 mr square. So this is m v square. We all know that this is 2 by 5 mr square This is omega square. Omega will be what? V square by R square. Now what will cancel out? Here R square will cancel out. Mm will cancel out. V square will cancel out. This is 5 by 2. Now the ratio is basically 5 by 2. Right? So this is option D. The ratio of kinetic energy translation to the kinetic energy rotation, this will be 5 by 2. Correct? Now next will be, this is the question which usually we all know that direct, we have direct understanding of this particular question, that if we cut this lens along y-axis, what will happen? Actually, let us see one more point, that if we cut about this lens about x-axis, what will happen? There is no change in curvature, because if you cut along this axis, there is no change in curvature. Curvature 1 and curvature 2 both will have same radii, right? But what will happen if we cut this particular focal length about vertical axis? Definitely, if we cut this along the vertical axis, what will happen? There will be certain change in focal length. Okay, so what will be the change? Let us see one formula. That formula says that lens maker formula. What is that formula? 1 upon f is equal to mu L by mu m minus 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So we are taking equiconvex lens, and if we are taking equiconvex lens, definitely what we can say, right? This r1 and r2 both will be equal, but what will be the value of r1? So if you complete this lens, the value of r1 will be positive. Let us take r1 as capital R, that is positive R. And if you take second curvature, this will become how much? This will become r2 as minus R, right? So initially, what will be the focal length? 1 upon f1. Let us take initial focal length as f1. This is mu L by mu m minus 1 by r1. What is the value of r1? It is r, minus r2 will be minus r. So ultimately, this will be what? This will be somewhere 1 upon f1 mu L by mu m minus 1 by r. This minus will be plus 1 by r. So now you can say the first focal length will be what? The first focal length will be mu L by mu m minus 1 2 by r. This is the first focal length. And we all know that focal length is basically what? Reciprocal of focal length is power. And the first power they have mentioned is 4d, that is 4 diopter. Now what will happen to the second case? Second case, they have initially cut this particular lens along horizontal line, so there is no change in curvature. But if you cut this vertically, there will be change in curvature. Due to that, what will be the focal length? So let us write the equation of that. So 1 upon focal length 2, this will be what? Refractive index of lens by refractive index of medium minus 1, right? So this will become something like this, right? So what is the radius of first curvature? That is plus r only. But what about second one? Since it is a straight line, for a straight line, the radius is infinity. If radius is infinity, right? So what we can say, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is 1 by f2, that is power of second focal length. So what will be the power of second focal length? 1 upon f2. That is equal to how much? That is equal to mu L by mu m minus 1. This is how much? 1 by r1. This is 1 by r only. So let us do one thing. Let us divide this two equation. Let us divide this two equation. What it will become? It will become something like that. That P1 by P2. That P1 by P2 will be equal to what? Mu L by mu m minus 1. This is 2 by r upon mu L by mu m minus 1. This is 1 by r. So this whole equation will get cancel out. RR will cancel out. This P1 by P2 is equal to what? This is equal to 2. Now P1 we all know that it is having a value of 4d, that is 4 diopter. Divide by P2, this is equal to 2. 2 ones are 2 twos are. So power 2, definitely it will become 2 diopter. Many of us already know that, if you cut this particular focal length horizontally, there won't be any change in focal length. If you cut it vertically, the focal length will become double. If focal length become doubles, then definitely power will become half. So directly you can answer if you remember that. Otherwise, you could have been answering this particular question using lens maker formula. So let us move to next particular question. Okay. Next question, it is from semiconductor, right? So semiconductor question, what they have mentioned, they are just asking, we don't have diagram here, so let us do one thing, try to understand from the question itself what could be the diagram. So they are having AND gate, and we all know that AND gate will be having diagram something like that. Okay, this is AND gate, and definitely AND gate will have two inputs. So this is input 1, input 2, and input 1 is A, input 2 is B, and it is followed by NOT gate. So how NOT gate will look like? NOT gate will look like something like that, right? So if you take AND gate, what will happen? There will be a multiplication of input, right? So after going through multiplication of input, after going through NOT gate, so it will become what? It will become AB bar, AB bar. Now if we see this particular um, options, definitely AB bar, it is correct. Now apart from that, one more thing could have been the answer, but here if you use De Morgan's law, right? So in De Morgan's law, what happens? The product operator will change into additional operator, that is A plus B, and the bar will be distributed among both the inputs or both the variables. But here there is no option something like that, A bar plus B bar. There is no option no option like this. So answer will be A B bar, right? Okay, let us move to next particular question, and this particular question is from dual nature of matter and radiation. Okay, so what is the question? Question is like that: the power of two sources, right? So two sources having power ratio as P1 by P2, you can take it as 2 by 1. Now what is power? So power is basically energy by time. Now what is energy? Energy is total number of photon, energy of one photon EP, and time. This N by T is basically what? NR. Rate of photon, and EP is energy of photon. So power is basically rate of photon into energy of photon. What they have mentioned? We are having two sources, and the very first source NR value is what? NR value is basically 2 into 10 power 15. Okay, the next one, what they have mentioned, they are the first source having a wavelength of how much? Having a wavelength of 600 nanometer. The source 2, for source 2 they are asking the value of NR, that is rate of photon, for which they have provided the value of wavelength. What is the value of wavelength? 300 nanometer. Now what is power? Basically power is NR EP. Now what we can do, it is NR, what is EP? Energy of photon, which is SC by lambda. So P1 we can write it down as NR1 HC by lambda 1 divided by NR2 SC by lambda 2, which is equal to what? Which is equal to 2 by 1. Now here we can see that H and C both are constant. They can be eliminated from this equation. So it is HC and HC. Now NR1 lambda 2 divided by NR2 lambda 1 equal to 2 by 1. Now what is the value of NR1? So NR1 is 2 into 10 value 15, 10 ki power 15, 10 value 15. Lambda 2 is how much? This is 300 nanometer divided by NR2. NR2 we all have to find out. Lambda 1 is how much? This is 600 nanometer. This is 2 by 1. Now this is 1 za, this is 2 za. Now 2 will get cancel out. Now NR2 is how much? NR2 is basically 1 by 2, 10 value 15, which we could write as 5 into 10 value 14. So rate of photon is basically what? It is 5 into 10 value 14, which is equal to what? 10 power 14, which is equal to option C. So let us move to next particular question. Okay, now we are going to discuss this particular question. I think this is the very first question in which we could although the question is very easy, but the thing is that the solution of this question, it will take certain amount of time for an aspirant to solve this question, right? So let us try to understand this particular question. So we are having 4 charges, right, are placed on a side A of 2 different arrangement. The very first arrangement that at the corner of the square. Okay, so let us make a square. We are having 4 charges, right? We are having 4 charges. The very first charge, all of them I'm considering this all, okay, they have mentioned that all charges are equal to Q. So this is Q, 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 right? Okay. So what they have mentioned, you are having something, arrangement something like that. At the square corners, we are having a charge. Okay. So let us take this as A, this is B, this is C, this is D. We are having 4 charges, A, B, C, D at the corner of the square. Okay. Now, what we can do one thing, writing the potential, total potential energy. So this 4 charges will have how many, how many combination for energy? We all know that for a 2 given charge, we are having energy equal to K Q1 Q2 divided by R12. This same question they have asked in the yesterday evening shift also. So this particular question, for any 2 given charge, we are having energy how much? K Q1 Q2 divided by R12. Now try to understand one more thing. We are having 4 charges, so we will be having how many possibility of creating such pairs? So it will be 6C2, right? And which will be equal to what? No, it is 4C2. 4 charge, out of which 2 charge will result into some potential energy. Now what will be the number of possibility? The possibility will be equal to 6. So we all know that, the energy, potential energy depend upon 2 things, product of charge and distance, right? So there are 4 possibilities are there in which product of charge and distance is same. What is that? Sir, AB, comma BC, comma CD, comma DA. See, AB, BC, CD, DA. In this arrangement, this pairs, right? AB, BC, CD and DA. The product of charge is Q only, Q square only. Q into Q, Q square, Q into Q, Q square. And the distance between them is A only. So this 4 arrangement or 4 pair will result into same kind of energy. Another 2 type will be what? Another 2 type will be basically A and C and B and D. So A and C, comma B and D, they are having product of charge as Q square and distance between them as, this is A, this is A, this distance will be what? Root 2A. So what is the total energy? It will be 4 times energy of AB plus 2 times energy of AC. I hope you are able to understand this part. Now what will be the total energy? In the very first case, the total energy in the very first case is 4 K QA QB divided by RAB, right? Now the next one will be what? Next one will be 2 K QA QC divided by RAC. Okay. So let us write, the values. Let us try to substitute the values. Total energy initial, it will be 4K Q square RAB. RAB is basically what? A. This is 2K Q square divided by RAC. What is RAC value? It will be root 2A. Let us take this as equation number 1. I think it is the only question till now we could have find out that it will take certain amount of time to solve. Now the next thing is that, what they have mentioned the same arrangement, but they have kept the charge at the different place. So what they have mentioned, at the midpoint of these 2 sides of the square. So let us make one more arrangement. So let us take one more arrangement. Okay, so in this arrangement, what they have mentioned, we are having a square. They have not kept this time charge at the corner of the square. They have kept the charge at the midpoint of the sides, right? So they have kept the charge here, right? So this will be how much? This is Q only, this is Q only, this is Q, and this is also Q. Now what is the value of, let us take this as A, this is as A, this also as A, this also as A. Now what will change here? Let us see. The distance between AB will definitely change. Oh, okay, I have taken all the points as A. So let us take point as A, B, C, D, right? So let us talk about the distance. So A to B, then B to C, then C to D, then D to A. We are having this arrangement, and apart from that, if you see diagonals, this will be the diagonals, right? Again, the total energy in this case, total energy final case, total energy final, this will be equal to what? See, this distance AB, BC, CD and DA. Distance is same. Potential energy depend upon two factors. First thing is that product of charge, second is distance. So we can say that, you know, the product of charge AB, BC, CD, all of them are equal. At the same time, distance AB, BC, CD and DA, this all are equal. So ultimately you can write total energy final as 4 times the energy of AB plus 2 times, right, plus 2 times we are having energy of diagonal charge, right? What is the diagonal charge here? Basically AC and BD, right? So you can write 2 times the potential energy of AC. Now what we can say from here, the total energy final will be equal to what? 4 times. Now this is K QA QB divided by RAB. Then 2, this will be how much? K QA QC divided by RAC. Now what we can say, total energy final is equal to 4 K product of charge Q square RAB. What is the distance of RAB? Now here in this case you can see this particular distance will be A by 2 and this is also A by 2, right? Because it is at midpoint, so this entire distance will become half A by 2. Now A by 2, how much it will be? It is hypotenuse, right? So A square by 4, it will become A square by 2, ultimately A square by 2 in the root, it will become A by root 2, right? So what will happen here? RAB distance is basically what? It is basically A by root 2. Now this is 2 potential energy K Q square divided by RAC. What is A to C? It is nothing but only the side, right? It is equal to the side of square only. It will be A. Okay, they are asking the difference of that. So let us try to, you know, get the difference of this particular term. So this will be how much? This will be 4 root 2 KQ square divided by A plus 2 KQ square divided by A. Now let us take difference of that. Okay, this is equation number 2. Let us take difference of that. So this is 4 KQ square A, right? This is 4 root 2 KQ square. I hope you could able to, you know, find out the difference between them. I have already come to this part, right? You could subtract them and get the value of this question, right? Okay. Now let us move to next question. Next question is from YDSE, that is wave optics. Let us try to solve this particular question also. It is you know, not very difficult. We all know that relation of maxima and minima, but let us try to understand here what they have mentioned. So they have mentioned that, you know, we are having two wavelength. The very first wavelength is basically what? It is 600 nanometer. So from a source we are getting a wavelength of 600 nanometer. From another source we are getting a wavelength of 480 nanometer. Now what is the minimum order of bright fringe of 480 nanometer? So 480 nanometer we are producing a maxima, some maxima. We don't know what is the maxima. First order maxima, second order maxima, we don't know. So coincide with what? Coincide with bright fringe. So here also I think in both this part they are asking us to get the maxima, but which maxima they have not mentioned, right? So let us move to next part. So we just have to find the minimum order of 480 nanometers maxima in which they both are having a equal distance, something like that, right? So what they have meant, see, we all know in YDSE we are having slits, something like that. Okay, so we are having slits. So in this slits what we have done, we have used two wavelength, right? So from the slit at certain distance capital D we have kept the screen. So let us see, let us say this P point. On this P point what is happening, which is at certain distance Y. On this P point we are having two bright fringes. One of the bright fringe is due to lambda 1. So okay, so let us say that n1th bright is there due to lambda 1, and at the same time we are at this point only we are having n2 bright fringe due to lambda 2, right? So Y value is same. Now what we can do, we all know that for maxima delta x is how much? Delta x basically n lambda for YDSE, right? Okay, now delta x can be written as d sine theta, and d sine theta will be equal to n lambda, and d sine theta can be written as d tan theta. Okay, from angle approximation, if theta is very small, generally theta is very small in YDSE because of the reason that capital D is much larger than small d, right? So theta is very small. In that case, d tan theta can be written as n lambda. This is d. What is tan theta? Y by capital D. We all know that. This is the value of, right? So if it is theta, this this entire length is basically how much? This entire length is basically capital D. So tan theta is y by capital D, right? So this is y by capital D is equal to n lambda. Now y will be how much? Y will be n lambda capital D divided by small d. Now what we can say that, you know, y, right, n1 bright fringe, right? Y n1 bright fringe means n1 number of bright fringe due to first wavelength equal to y n2b due to second wavelength, and right, n2 bright fringe due to second wavelength, they are coinciding, so y value will be same. So this will be how much? It will be equal to n1 lambda 1 capital D by small d, n2 lambda 2 capital D by small d. This term will get cancelled out. Now we will have certain relation. Now what will be the relation we are having? N1 we don't know, right? And the second one is that we are having lambda 1 as 600 nanometer, n2 we don't know, lambda 2 is how much? It will be 480 nanometer, right? So this will be nanometer will get cancelled out. 124 za, this is 5 za, so this will be how much? 5 n1 is equal to 4 n2. Now what they have asked, you know, what is the minimum order of 480 nanometer? That too n2 they are asking, right? N2 they are asking. So what we can do, n2 is equal to 5 by 4 n1, right? Now what we can do, if we put the value of n1 as 4 only, then only we could get what? We could get some result, right? We could get some value which can be, you know, in terms of whole number. Otherwise it will be in the decimal. So definitely what we can say here, the minimum order will be what? The minimum order is, so for n1 it is 4, right? So the value of n2 will be what? So the value of n2 will be 5, right? The minimum order of n1 will be 4. At that instant, what will be the value of n2? It will be 5. So the answer will be 5 itself. Okay. Okay. So now the next discussion of physics, you know, done by Chandrakesh Pandey sir. So I will ask sir to have a discussion of paper with students.
Thank you, Ari sir. Thank you. In this question, EPMC denote the energy, linear momentum, mass and speed of light. Then the equation representing the correct relation could be. This question is from the first chapter, that is the unit and dimension. And we know that relation is PC. Okay, and we also know that E is equal to mc square. So if we do a square, so it will become E square, that is equal to P square C square and mc square m square ck power 4. So there is first option which correct match with this. So option is A, because we can say that only same thing is added into same thing. For this we see that this option correct match. Okay, this is a very simple question, and this question it is asked, find out the heat exchange between the system and surrounding in a given cyclic process. So we know that for a cyclic process, net work done for a cycle equal to net heat exchange, and this is a PV graph, and this is PV graph, and here this is a pressure Newton per meter square, and this is volume, and this is centimeter cube. Okay, and when see this graph, this is a 200 and this is 400, then this is 200 and this is also 200. So we can say that this is a circle, and we know that for a cyclic process, Q for a cycle, that is equal to sigma W for a cycle. This is a first law of thermodynamics also for a cyclic process. So we want to calculate net heat transfer. When we want to calculate heat transfer, then we have to take area of this graph. Okay. So area of this graph is pi, and this is pi, and this is 200. This is okay. And this is centimeter cube. So we kept it in meter cube. Then multiply by 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, and this is 200. But this is the area of a cycle. But this is a half cycle. So divide by 2. Radius 100, yes. Radius, this is a 200, but this is pi. This is 100. Okay, and this is a complete cycle, and this is 200. But we know that for a cycle, radius is d by 2. So it is r, and this we have taken 200. So this is 200 by 2. R is equal to d by 2. R is equal to d by 2. But this is a half cycle. This is a half cycle. So we will do 2 into 2, 4. 2 into 2, 4. And this will become 4 into 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power. Correct match is D option. 4. And this is 2 square, 2 into 2, this is 4. This is half. So correct match is 4. Hello, this is a question from a straight line motion, and it is R 5t square I minus 5t j cap. Five t square x and y is minus 5t. Okay. This is vx and this is dx by dt. So we can write x is 5t square and vx is dx by dt. This is 10t. Okay, and this is vy. Vy is dy by dt. Vy is dy by dt. So minus 5t. Minus 5t. This is minus 5. Time की value, time is 1 by 2 seconds. So Vx 10, t is half. So t is half. So we can write 10 by 2. And this is 10 by 2. So it is 5 meter per second. And this is minus 5 meter per second. When we calculate V net, so it become minus 5 k square, and this is 5 k square. So 5 root 2. Okay. When we write V vector, so we can write V vector is 10t I cap minus 5 j cap. 10 into t is half. So minus 5. 5i minus 5j. Okay. 5i minus 5j. 5i. So it is 5 and this is minus 5. So it is third quadrant, and so theta is this is a from x axis. X axis when we take this is a clockwise, so theta is minus 45 degree. So correct option is option number A. Okay, this question from Newton's law of cooling. Okay, so we know that approximate formula for Newton law of cooling is Ti minus T final divided by time, and this K T average minus T naught, where T naught is environment temperature. Okay, and Ti is 40, and this is minus 24. T final is 24, and this is divided by 4. So K and T average is 40 plus 24, 64 by 2, that is 32, and this is minus T naught. T naught is surrounding temperature. This is 16 degree. This is question number 1. Okay. We have to calculate body temperature of body after 4 minutes. So Ti is 24. 24 minus T final. Okay. And this is T. This is 4. Okay. This is K, and 24 plus TF by 2 minus 16 degree. Divide equation 2 by equation 1. After this, we can write 14 minus 24, 16. 16 by 4, and this is K, and this is 16. Okay, so it is 4. Okay, this is question number 1, and 24 minus TF divided by 4, and this will become K 24 plus TF minus 32 divided by 2, and this is question number 2. When divide 1 and 2, then finally we get divide and finally get TF, that will be equal to 56 by 3 degrees Celsius. A conical pendulum of mass m, length L, moving with a constant speed pi by 3 meter per second. Find out the tension in the string. If this is theta and this is 90 minus theta, we know that this is a conical pendulum and this is tension. Okay, and we can write this is a tension. So this is mass m. Okay, T sine 90 minus theta, and this is T cos 90 minus theta. Okay, this is mass, so it is mg. Okay, so this is T cos theta and this is T sine theta, and we know that this is mv square r. Okay, T cos 90 minus theta, T sine theta. So T sine theta mv square by r, T cos theta that is equal to mg. When we divide 1 by 2, so it will become tan theta, and this is m v square by r, m into g, cancel, so v is equal to rg tan theta, v equal to rg tan theta. And a conical pendulum mass m, length L, and moving with a constant speed pi by 3 meter per second. V is given pi by 3. Okay, and r is the this length. Okay, so from here we can write V equal to r is the L sine theta. This is L, and so we can write this is, if this is L, so L cos 90 minus theta, so L sine theta. Okay, this is Rg tan theta, and R is L sin theta. R is L sin theta. R is L sin theta, and this is G. This is G, and this tan theta. Okay, this is R L sin theta, and this is G. Tan theta is sin theta by cos theta. ठीक है? Okay. Give value of V. Okay, give value of V, and from here we can get theta. Once we get theta, then simply we can write T sin theta, T cos theta equal to mg. T cos theta mg. Okay, then from here we can write get T. Okay. Okay, this is question from a gravitation. We know that the G is Gm by R square. G is Gm by R square, and we have to calculate on a planet where diameter is 1/3 of the Earth and same mass at that of Earth. G is n dash G. So we can write G dash, and that is equal to G M R, and if the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of Earth is G, then the acceleration due to gravity on a planet where diameter is 1/3 that of Earth. Okay, matlab this is R dash ka square. Okay, so Gm R by 2 ka square, R by 1/3, so this will become R by 3. So 9 Gm by R square. Okay, so from here we can write 9 into G, so N is 9. Okay. Okay, this is a question from electrostatics. An uncharged conducting sphere was brought in a contact with the identical sphere with a charge 4 into 10 power minus 8. They were kept some distance apart such that force between them is this. Find distance between them. Okay. This is a sphere having charge is 4 into 10 power minus 8 coulomb. Okay. Uncharged conducting sphere was brought in a contact with the identical sphere with the charge is 4 into 10 power minus 8. Okay. When we 4 into 10 power, this is uncharged. ठीक. When both will get contact, then charge will be distributed, because charge will be equally distributed. So it will get 2 into 10 power minus 8 coulomb, and this will be also get 2 into 10 power minus 8 coulomb. Okay. Okay. So and force is K Q1 Q2 by R square. So R square is K Q1 Q2 by K Q1 Q2 by F. Okay. R square is, we have to calculate. Okay. We have to calculate R. So K is 9 into 10 power 9, and this is 4 into 10 power minus 16, and this is F, and F is okay. Okay. And this is F. F is 9 into 10 power minus 3. 9 cancel. 9 cancel. Okay. And this is 10 power 9, and this is 10 power minus 3. This will go upside, and it will become R square, and this is 10 power 9 plus 3, 12. Okay. 10 power 9 plus 3, and this is minus 16. Okay. And this is 4. This is 4. Okay. This is 4, 9 plus 3, 12 minus 16, minus 4, 10 power minus 4, and this is 4. Okay. So from here we can write R square is 4 into 10 power 4, and this is R equal to 2 upon 100, and this is meter, but answer is given in centimeter, so we multiply by 100. So this is cancel, and this will become 2 centimeter, and correct option is A. Okay, thank you. Now Amar sir will take chemistry portion.
Okay, hello everyone. So today's chemistry paper discussion we will begin with organic chemistry first. And in organic chemistry, the very first question that we have is from aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid. It is from the name reaction part. We just need to match the given reaction with its correct name. So the very first one, PDBSO4, poison catalyst and hydrogenation of COCl. This will give you aldehyde formation, right? So this is your Rosenmund reaction. So A will match with 4, right? Our A will match with 4. The next one is SnCl to HCl again, controlled hydrogenation and then followed by hydrolysis. So this is going to be your Stephan reaction, which is option number 3. That means your B will match with 3. And then the next one is your Itard's reaction with CrO2Cl, direct oxidation of aromatic compound to aldehyde. So this will match with 2. And the last one, which is COCl, it is Getterman-Koch synthesis. So D will match with the first one. So the correct answer will be A4, B2, B3, C2, and D will be the one. Right? So this is going to be your correct option. Whichever option written over here, you can match them. I guess A is the one which is matching with the correct sequence of the reaction. The next reaction was from your stereochemistry part, right? In stereochemistry, they have asked you find the total number of stereoisomer of the given compound. So what we need to do is we need to find out the number of stereo center, and the formula for the number of stereoisomer is 2 to the power n, where n stands for the number of stereo center. So we have this 2 stereo center, right? This is one stereo center around the double bond, and there is one this chiral carbon. So this is another stereo center. So number of stereo center in this given molecule, number of stereo center in this given molecule is 2. That means the value of n is 2, and the number of stereoisomer is going to be 2 to the power n. That means 2 to the power 2. So this is going to be 4. So your correct answer for this question is going to be 4. 4 will be your correct answer, right? This will be the number of stereoisomer. The next question was again very easy question. So they are just asking you about the hybridization of the carbon atom in this question, and they're asking you how many atoms, how many carbon atoms have sp2 hybridization and how many carbon atom have sp hybridization. Only the carbon atom we need to look at, not any other atom. So look at this. This carbon is having a pi bond. So whenever carbon forms a pi bond, we know very well there are 3 sigma and 1 pi that correspond to sp2 hybridization. So this one is sp2. These two are also having a pi bond. So these two are also going to be your sp2 hybrid carbons. The next one is this again sp2, and this one is also your sp2, right? So we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 sp2, and this one is having 2 sigma bonds only. 2 are the pi bonds, so this carbon is going to be your sp, right? So the correct answer to this question is going to be the number of sp2 from this given structure. The number of sp2 carbon is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, whereas your number of sp carbon is going to be only 1. This one is your sp carbon. Only need to look at the hybridization of carbon atom. They are asking you about the number of carbon atom only, right? Let's move on to the next question. The next question is give the major product. So as we know very well, this is going to be nucleophilic substitution reaction at the benzylic position, or you can say at the aliphatic position. And in this reaction, it is a medium dependent reaction, although in the question the medium is not given over here. If we have a polar protic solvent, then the nitrogen atom will attack because AgCN have high covalent character, so the nitrogen's lone pair are going to be the one which are going to attack. But this will be happening when you have aqueous, or you can say aqueous medium, or you can say protic solvent over here, right? So if this is going to be the case, the answer then will be CH2NC. Nitrogen will attach to the carbon. But if you have basic, or you can say alcoholic, rather we can clearly say that less protic solvent if we have, then in that case Cn, or you can say Cn minus will dissociate first, and the carbon will then attack this center, so it will give you CH2Cn as a product. So there can be, depending on which solvent is given to you, polar protic solvent or less protic solvent, then on that dependency the answer will be given. AgCN have high covalent character in it. Thus if we all have aqueous medium, then the nitrogen attack. If you have alcoholic medium, then the carbon of the CN attacks. So according to that you will pick your answer, right? So both option I have told you. Now the next one is our again electrophilic substitution reaction, electrophilic aromatic substitution. Here there is a little correction in the question itself. The question was from aniline you had to form the para-bromo substituted product, right? So how can you do this? Now in this case, nitrogen lone pair do participate in resonance with the ring, because of which there is more electron density at the ortho as well as the para position of the carbon. But if you take this, do this particular reaction in acidic medium straight away, then the H plus will also play a key role by taking up the nitrogen's lone pair and giving you NH3 positive. And if there is formation of NH3 positive, then there is no lone pair left on the nitrogen, making it a only minus I group, right? As such, NH2 behave as minus I as well as plus M. Plus M, due to plus M effect, there is delta negative on ortho and para position, so it is the ortho para directing. But as soon as if you take acidic medium, it gives you the formation of NH3 positive, which makes it only minus I and makes it a meta directing group, right? So in acidic medium, there is formation of para, meta nearly in equal ratio, and then very less amount of ortho product. But if you want to make para particularly as your major product, then first you need to do the protection of NH2 group, so that it does not react with H plus. That means we need to decrease its basicity. How can we decrease the basicity? So for that, we will be taking AC2O as our very first reagent. As soon as you reacted with AC2O, then obviously there will be attack of nitrogen on this carbonyl carbon. Pi will first go up, then come down, and then this bond breaks. So there, and 1H will be removed from here. So there will be formation of this particular compound where the nitrogen's lone pair will now be more distributed and its basicity will decrease, right? Why it is more distributed? It will be distributed in the ring as well as along with this CO, and due to this, the basicity of nitrogen center decreases and it does not react that much with acidic H plus, right? Now in this particular case there is one more thing. As this is a bulky group, the ortho attack will be quite hindered, so the major product which will be formed here will be only the para. Now we are going to attack, or we can say we are going to react it with again a slight correction. It should be Fe X3, right? So Fe, and then we have Br2. So this will give you bromination and followed by hydrolysis. Why do we do hydrolysis? To remove this protecting group, right? To remove this protecting group, we will do acid hydrolysis, and then you will end up getting your final product. Have a look, please. Here we will have Br, and then we have H plus H2O. So there will be formation of NH2 Br. This is going to be your correct sequence. So this is first one will be your AC2O. Secondly, we will require FeBr2, and then H plus H2O will be the reactant that we are going to use in this particular reaction. Okay. So these were your organic chemistry question. Now I will request Abhinav sir to come and take inorganic chemistry questions. He will discuss inorganic with you. Okay, over to Abhinav sir for now.
Uh, Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Hello. Yes. Uh, Hello, students. I think you did the very best in your examination. So we have to discuss the question paper of inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry. Already you understood everything about that. So we have to discuss about inorganic chemistry, and the certain question we'll discuss and see that. And okay, the first question that comes from the coordination compound, and the coordinate very medium questions that there is no any problem related to it, and it is asking the condition and consequences that favor T2G and EG configuration in the metal complexes. We know very well octahedral splitting, and when we see the octahedral splitting, then we get what? Two orbitals splitted to and go the higher energy level, and another three orbitals of the out of 5 will go to the lower energy level. When we see this, and according to the T2G and the EG, we have to fill the electron in the T2G, 1, 1 and the 1. Okay, and 3 electron in there and the 1 in EG. And see that which type of, if we see the ligands, so which type of ligand will actually attack in this type of compounds. So which type of ligand will attack? So one type is strong field ligand. Strong field ligand that pair the electrons. If we think about strong field ligand, that pairs up the electron. But now here we see this is the weak field ligand. If weak field ligand, so we think about the pairing energy would be very less, then easily it will unpair, and unpair, then one electron will go to the upper orbital, that is higher energy orbital. Now we see that, and ligand must be the weak field. Ligand must be the weak field, must be the weak field, the weak field, WFL, weak field ligand. And one thing, the you thinks that complexes is the high spin. This is the 1 1 2 high spin complex, because no pairing, that is the high spin complex, no problem. And it's very easy, weak field ligand and high spin complexes, very easy. Okay, if we think about another question, if we think about the another question, what if we see that when ethane 1,3 diamine is progressively added to the aqueous solution of nickel. If we see the oxidation number of the nickel, now what is oxidation number of the nickel? Nickel oxidation number is the 2 plus, okay? And chloride is sequences of the color and aqueous solution of the nickel. If we see the aqueous solution of the nickel, now the aqueous solution of the nickel H2O, that is hexa-aqua complex it will form, that is 2 plus, okay? And is the chloride form is that. If we see the color of this nickel hexa-aqua, that would be what? This must be the green. If we see the NCERT, I think you will see the page number 135 from the old NCERT. Then you will get exactly the same color, same pattern, then no real problem related to the complex and its color, okay? Then if we add it progressively, what we are going to add it? We are going to add it 1,2 diamine, 1,2 diamine. So I am going to write that En, okay, in a common, okay? And you know 1,2 diamine, this is the bidentate ligand. Donor side is the we know very well. Then it will remove the 2 H2O from that. Then it will form what? Nickel, that is H2O. Step by step we are going to add it. H2O whole 4 and 1 En is added here. Now this is the neutral and the 2 plus would be there. Then if we see that green color, then after we observe pale blue color, okay? Then again progressively we will add, that is En. Then we will see what? Nickel, 2 H2O more will loss. Then now the H2O, that would be what? 2 and En. And what would be the color of this compound? Now the pale blue, then blue. This would be the blue color. Same question, it is picked by the NTA from the NCERT. Now the next, last, nickel, En, that is, okay, En, and last, that is whole thrice. And 1, and this would be the 2, and this would be 3, okay? Now the 2 plus, okay? This would be what? Violet color, no problem. Okay, I think it's very easy question. If we see directly, we can predict that all. Okay, now next, very easy from the periodic table. If we see that, and we already know that is questions asking from what? Carbon family. And carbon family is what? Nothing but carbon, silicon, germanium, Sn and Pb. This is the carbon family. Okay, we know very well about first ionization energy of the Pb is greater than Sn. It is correct or not? We perfectly know at the lead perfect lanthanide contraction is dominating. When the lanthanide contraction is dominating, now the first ionization energy of the lead would be must be the higher than Sn. We properly know. Now the first statement is perfectly correct. No problem. First ionization energy of the Pb must be greater than the Sn. It is correct. Now see that first ionization of the germanium, energy of the germanium greater than Si. If we see this statement, then first ionization of the energy of the germanium is greater than Si. If we think this statement, this is the germanium and this is the Si. If we'll compare this all, so if we'll compare that means ionization energy data, now this statement would be perfectly incorrect. No problem related to it. We can easily compare that all. No. Next is that if that is the very easy question that is asking from the D and F block. And what is that? You have to calculate the Bohr magneton or magnetic moment. Okay, and how you can calculate? We know the formula mu is equal to what? Under root of what? N in the bracket n plus 2. This is the formula by which easily we can calculate the Bohr magneton or the magnetic moment. And how can we that? We properly know. First we do the configuration and how titanium, scandium, vanadium and the nickel. So find out the configuration of that. At first we'll see the titanium. Titanium, what is the atomic number of the titanium?
This is the 3 plus. Atomic number we will see 22. If we configure that, that is 4s0 and 3d 1. No problem that. 4s0, sorry, 3d 0. 4s0 and 3d and 22. This 4s0 and 3d 1. What is that going on? Okay. Then if we'll compare that, mu must be equal to what? Under root of what? 1 in the bracket 3. Okay, if we'll calculate, mu is equal to root 3, and root 3 must be nearly equal to what? If we compare the data from the root 3, must be nearly to the 1.8. Nearly, that would be the 1.8. Okay, now it is the 1.8. The first is the R. Okay, now first is R, it is nothing, it is nowhere, anywhere it is common. Now the first answer is correct. No, you have to calculate the another. From the same sequences, you have to calculate the another data. No problem related to this. Okay, now the next portion will discuss by the Subham sir. Okay, thank you.
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है? देखो, आवाज आ रही है? हेलो, हेलो स्टूडेंट. We have to here discuss about the physical chemistry. Let's we discuss about the 24 January second shift paper. There is the first question from mole concept. We simply say that in a compound contains carbon 54.2%. We write carbon is given 54.2% and is given 9.2% of hydrogen, 9.2% of hydrogen, and rest of the is oxygen. We know that oxygen is 100% minus C plus H percentage. 100% is minus C percentage 54.2 plus 9.2. It will give 100% minus 54.2 plus 9.2 is 4.94, 13 or 63.4%, and it will be 100 minus 63.4, it will be 36.6%. Now we have data collected from oxygen is 36.6%. First we have to calculate the mole percentage of this quantity. C have 54.2 and divide by 12. This will be get 4.5. 5, and hydrogen it will become 9.2 divided by 1, it will become 1.2, and oxygen is here 36.6 divided by molar mass of oxygen is 16, it will be give 2.2. Now we have to see the lowest value of the mole percentage is 2.2. Now 2.2 is divided the whole value of the given question. 4.5 divided by 2.2 is approximately equal to 2. And this one 9.2 is divided by 2.2, it is approximately 4, and 2.2 divided by 2.2, it will give 1. Now we have to say empirical formula of this compound, empirical formula, we have to write C2H4O. Now we read again question, what is the molecular formula of compound if molecular mass is 132 gram? Now we will find the N given mass of empirical formula, sorry, given mass of question and divided by kitna empirical mass. Molar mass is 132 and we will find the molar mass of empirical formula 12 into 2 plus 4 plus 16, it will be give 44. Now we will calculate the N factor, 132 divided by 44, it will be give 4. I know that it will be give 3. It will be give 3. Now we know that molecular formula is N times of empirical formula. Now 3 into C 2H4O C6H12O3. Now we check the answer. Answer is C is correct match. This is your right answer. Now we will moving from second question. Second question we have to from ionic equilibrium chapter. This will be find the percentage decision constant. Now we given that the observed mass is 65.6 and molar mass of this question is 164. Now first we will calculate the Van 't Hoff factor I. The formula is normal mass upon observed mass. Normal mass is 164 and observed mass is 65.6, that is approximately 2.5. Now we will discuss the mx2. If we decide the mx2, it will be divided into two parts, m2 plus 2x minus. We have to calculate the Van 't Hoff factor of this equation, I equal to 1 plus n minus 1 into alpha. In this question we see that n is the 2 plus 1, n value is 3. I equal to 1 plus 3 minus 1 into alpha. Now I equal to 1 plus 2 alpha. We will find out the alpha. 2 alpha equal to I 2.5 minus 1. Alpha equal to 1.5 divided by 2. It will be give 0.75. And now we have to calculate the percentage. Now it's multiplied by 100. It will be answer 75%. It is your correct answer is 75%. Now I will like to come for Amardeep sir for next discussion of this question.
Okay, so as you can see, the question is about from thermodynamics chapter. It is about the neutralization reaction. 1 molar acid is reacted with 1 molar base, in which case the temperature increases the most. So when the complete neutralization occur, that means equal equivalence of acid reacts with equal equivalence of base, then the maximum amount of heat is generally released, or you can say energy is generally released, which will result in the maximum increase in the temperature. So in all the given option, and the acid and base should be strong acid, strong base for sure. So in all the given option, the D option have equal volume of both acid and base. Both are you can say will be giving 1 H plus and it will be giving 1 OH minus. So this is monoprotic acid and this one is monobasic base, and both have the equal concentrations also. So N factor is same for them. N factor over here is 1, over here it is also 1. Molarity of the acid is 1, molarity of the base is also 1, and the volume of the acid is also 30, volume of the base is also 30. So we can say N1 V1 M1 is equal to N2 V2 M2 in case of the D option. That means here there is going to be complete neutralization and the maximum rise in temperature will be observed in this particular case. So the correct option for this question is going to be D option, right? The next one is from kinetics chapter. It is again a medium range question. So T half and 1 by K relation is given, graph is given. We know very well that T half is equal to 0.693 by K, or you can say this is 0.6931 by K, right? So T half versus 1 by K. If I take T half on y axis and this one on your x axis, it will be a straight line graph with a positive slope, right? So straight line curve with a positive slope with 0 intercept. So statement 1 is definitely going to be correct statement. This is a true statement. What about statement 2? For statement 2, we know very well the integrated rate equation for the first order reaction is ln AT by A node is equal to minus of KT, right? Is equal to minus of KT. So the line should have a negative slope, right? If you plot this thing on y-axis and t on your x-axis, so the slope should be negative, although here the slope is given as positive. So this one is your false statement. That means first statement is true, but the second statement is entirely false statement, right? So the option which is going to be correct from here is going to be your option A, right? Okay, with this we are now having the last question of chemistry for today's discussion. Then the math discussion will start. Okay, so the question says, which is the strongest reducing agent? I hope everybody knows a reducing agent is a substance which itself gets oxidized and reduces the another substance. So what we need to look at is which among the following have the highest oxidation potential. Here we are given with the reduction potential. If you look at the base of the E node, every element is undergoing reduction, right? Like Mn is going from +7 to +2, it is a reduction. This is 0 to -1 reduction. +3 to 0, Cr is reduction, and this one also is given as a reduction potential. So if you want to write the oxidation potential of all these species, just change the sign. So this is going to be -1.71. This is going to be -1.36. This is going to be -1.38, and here it is going to be +1.36. That means the maximum oxidation potential is for the couple of Cr and Cr plus 3, right? So Cr will be going to get oxidized to Cr plus 3, and this will lead to the reduction of any other species with which it will react if that species have a higher reduction potential, right? So which among the following is the best reducing agent? The one which have the highest oxidation potential, and this one is your Cr. Cr have the highest oxidation potential among all. So that will be your answer. With this, the chemistry discussion is done, right? The chapter wise number of question and the level of the question, I hope, is clearly visible to all of you. Now I will request Sachin sir to come and start the math discussion with you. So let's welcome Sachin sir for maths discussion.
Hello students, let us have a look on some questions from today's shift. So here is a question from binomial theorem. It is quite easy questions. Uh, let us let us have a look on this question. What the question is asking, ki if A and B are the binomial coefficient of 30th and 12th term of this binomial expansion. So can you tell me ki what is the coefficient of 30th term? Let us have a, what is the value of A? It is the coefficient of 30th term of this expansion. Can we write this 30th term as 2n minus 1 C29? Isn't it? And what is the value of B? B is nothing but the coefficient of 12th term of this expansion. So what is the value of B? It is nothing but 2n minus 1 C11. Now, what the hint is given is 2a equal to 5 times b. Let us write this equation. 2a 2n minus 1 c29 is equal to 5 times 2n minus 1 c11. So if you want to solve this, if you want to try to expand this and then solve, then it may be quite lengthy. So just try to put the answer, the value of n, and check this value. So directly if you solve, it will satisfy the value of n equal to 21 will satisfy this equation. So option number 21 is correct. You can solve this expression, but it may be quite lengthy. So just by putting the value, just by checking the value of n, you can check the answer. So here the value of n equal to 21 will satisfy this question. Let us have some look on some another question. Your second question is from conic section. So what the question is, the equation of chord of ellipse with 3, 1 as the middle point. So let us have a look. This is your chord and the middle point is given as 3, 1. You all know ki what is the equation of chord when the middle point is given? It is nothing but t equal to s1. So you know what is the value of t? How can you write the value of 2? Let us look. If your equation is x square by 25 plus y square by 16 equal to 1, then what is the value of equation of t? It is nothing but x1 upon 25 y1 upon 16 minus 1. And what is s1? It is nothing, just put the value of x1 y1. x1 square upon 21 y1 square upon 16 minus 1. Now what is x1 and y1? It is nothing but the middle point. Here x1 y1 is your 3, 1. So what is the value of t? It is nothing but 3x upon 25 plus y upon 16 minus 1 equal to 9 upon 25 plus 1 upon 16 minus 1. Here your 1 will cancel out, and let us have a look. 48x plus 25y upon 25 into 16 is nothing but 9 into 16 plus 25 upon 25 into 16. So your answer will be 48x plus 25y is 169. So your option number A will be correct. Now let us have a look on some another question. Here is your third question, and this third question is from your chapter sequence and series. So difficulty level, you can see here the difficulty level of this question is quite easy. If you are just 10th passing student, you are your third question is S12 equal to 57. So you know the value of Sn, it is nothing but n by 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Now let us value of, what is the value of S12? It is, what is the value of S12? It is 57. And it is 6 into 2a plus n minus 1. Here the value of your n is 12. then it is 11d equal to 57. So 2a plus 11d is 57 upon 6. So 2a plus 11d is 19 upon 2. It is your first equation. Now try to write another equation from another hint, and that is S40 equal to 1030. So what is the value, what is the expression of S40? It is 20 2a plus 3090, and it is nothing but 1030. So what is the value of 2a plus 3090? It is your 103 upon 2. It is your equation number 2. Now you have two variable, it is a and d, and for this you have two equations given. Now just subtract these two equations to find the value of a and d. Just subtract these two equations. It is 8 4 d 109 minus 19 upon 2. 48d is 4 and it is 84 upon 2, and here it is not, it is 28. So the value of d is 3 upon 2. Now you can easily calculate the value of a just by putting the value of d in either equation number 1 or equation number 2. Now try to put the value of d in equation number 1. Here your value will be 2a plus 11 times 3 by 2 is 19 upon 2. It is 2a equals 19 upon 2 minus 33 upon 2. So it will be 2a equals 19 minus 33. Your value will be 19 minus 33 upon 2. So 2a is 4 minus 14 upon 2. Here your value will be minus 7 upon 2. Now just you have to put the value of a and d in this expression. So S30 minus S10. What is S30? It is 15 times 2a plus 2090. And what is S10? It is 5 times 2a plus 90. Now let us calculate. It is 30a plus 15 into 2090 minus 10a minus 45d. Here it will be 20a plus 15 times, let us 15 times, take common as 15, it will 15 times 29 minus 3. So now just putting the value of a and d. Your d is 3 by 2 and is 29 minus 3. It is nothing but 26. So just by calculating the value of this expression, you will get the value of 515. Now for remaining questions, our Gaurav sir will discuss the remaining two questions.
Hello student, my name is Gaurav Agarwal. I am solving some questions of mathematics. Okay, let us see. Everyone know कि these questions belongs to PNC, permutations and combinations. To question is medium, you can say it is a medium questions. Okay, now what is the question we studied? There is a group A of 5 boys and 3 girls. Okay, it is the group A. There are the 5 boys and 3 girls. Okay, it is the group A. And another group B of 5 boys. So group B have 5 boys and 6 girls. Okay, how many way can be invite? How many way can be invite 4 boys and 4 girls? Yani you have to invite 4 boys plus 4 girls. Okay, 4 party with 5 from group A. You have to take total person from group A. Total is 5. You have to take 5%. And from group B, you have to take 3 persons. Okay. Now, so it is very simple, but we can say कि it is the medium questions because it is the PNC questions. So there are the some cases. Okay, focus first. First focus on कि you have to be take 4 boys. Exactly 4 boys you will be invited in a party. So 4 boys. So in group A, so we can take maximum 4 boys in this group. So first case, 4 boys हमने we have selected 4 boys from this group A, and remaining second group से how many boys can be selected? 0. Okay, there are 3 boys are to be selected for this group. So remaining 1 boys are selected to group B. Maybe 2 boys are selected from group A. Then remaining boys are to be selected from group B. So total 4 boys are to be selected for a party. Okay, now remaining. You have to total select number of person 5. So total 5. So you have to select 1 girls from here, total 5. So there are the 2 only selection. There are the 3 are to be selected. Or 3 person are to be selected from group B. So there are the 0. So means ki 3 girls are to be selected. 1 boy, so means ki 2 girls are selected. Or 2 boys, so 1 girls are selected from this group. So you can see here total 4 girls are selected. 4 girls are selected. So how many way you can be select? So number of way, then number of way. So it is very simple. 5 boys, you have to select 4 boys. So 5C4 multiply by 3C1 multiply by 5C0 multiply by 6C3. Or second case 5C3 3C2 multiply by 5C1 6C2 plus third case 5C2 multiply by 3C3 multiply by 5C2 multiply by 6C1. So everyone can solve it this problem. So what is the value of 5C4? 5 3C1 3 into 1 into 6C3. So 6 into 5 into 4 3 का factorial cancel out 20 plus 10 3C2 means 3 5C1 into 5 6C2 15 plus 10 1 10 6. Okay, now solve 300 plus 2250 plus 600. Final answer will be 3150. Option A will be answer. Okay, now option A is the right answer. Okay, now next questions. Everyone know this question belongs to determinant. It is a medium questions because you have to solve. It is a lengthy. Okay, now there are the three equations, linear equations. Okay, has infinite solutions. Has infinite solutions. What should be the condition for infinite solutions? D equal to D1 equal to D2 equal to D3 equal to 0. Okay, first we take D equal to 0. So what is the value of D? Determinant coefficient of x 1 2 4 1 2 4 2 coefficient of y lambda 3 coefficient of z minus 3 5 mu. So becomes this value 0. You have to solve this determinant plus minus plus. Okay, now plus 1, first column first row is removed. Now solve lambda mu minus 15 minus 2, this column this row is removed. 2 mu minus 20 minus 3, this column this row is removed. 6 minus 4 lambda equal to 0. Okay, now solve lambda mu minus 15 minus 4 mu plus 40 minus 18 plus 12 lambda. Okay, you can take common from this. Lambda minus 4 mu plus 15 minus 18 minus 3 okay, 40 minus 15 25, 25 minus 18 plus 7, plus 12 lambda equal to 0. This equation number 1. Okay, now okay, next second condition we take D3 equal to 0. So what is the value of determinant D3? Third column is replaced by this constant. Third column is replaced by this constant value. Okay, now 1 2 4 2 lambda 3 and now constant value 2 5 33. Okay, now can be solved. Plus minus plus, okay, plus 1, this column this row is removed. 33 lambda minus 15 minus 2, 66 minus 20 plus 2, this column this row is removed. 6 minus 4 lambda equal to 0. Okay, 33 lambda minus 8, 25 lambda, 46, 92, 12 minus 50, 46 twice minus 92 plus 12, 25 lambda equal to 25 lambda equal to 95 lambda equal to 19 upon 5. Okay, you have find the value. Now find the value of mu, put the value of lambda in equation number 1. From first, put the value of lambda in equation number 1. Okay, 19 upon 5. 19 upon 5 minus 4 mu plus 7 plus 12, value of lambda 19 upon 5. Okay, 0. 20 minus mu upon 5 plus 7 plus 12 into 19. Okay, solve it. Multiply by this. Two to 8 upon 5 equal to 0. Okay, minus mu upon 5, you can add 35, so maybe 263 minus 263 upon 5. You cancel, minus minus cancel, so becomes mu equal to 263. Now, finally, you have to find the value of lambda plus mu. Okay, lambda plus mu equal to value of lambda 19 upon 5 plus mu 263. Okay, 1334 upon 5, option becomes A. A the right answer. Okay, this question have the lengthy solutions, lengthy calculations, so it is a medium type of question. Okay, thank you dosto. Finally, these questions are solved. Thank you. Now, dosto, hello student. Amadi sir is coming now. Something want to say.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining this live stream, students. We hope to see you in the next solution video as well. So this was the solution of your today's examination. I hope you get a clarity that what was the level of the paper, how much time it takes to solve this question, and what were the correct answer. We'll hope to see you very soon on this channel with another solution video as soon as the next paper with the next shift comes into in front of all of you as well as in front of all of us. Thank you so much for joining the stream. All the best for the next exam, guys. Thank you.